Hello, Survivor! As you know, we're all anxiously awaiting Alpha 20. Most new things that are coming in Alpha 20 have been teased or covered by the Fun Pimps in some fashion during the past couple of months, and what's left now is to wait for them to fix all these must-fix bugs so they can release the version. The actual release looks to be pushed off Halloween, unfortunately, and into mid-November, or possibly later. They are getting closer, but they also want to ensure we have a proper version giving us all a great experience, so we have to wait a little longer. However, I wanted to take a look back at 3 things I would love to see in Alpha 21 and beyond, while pulling up some old Fun Pimps walkthroughs of these features. So as I go through these things, do make sure you give that like, thumbs up button a proper bash and subscribe to the channel. First off, the case for the Behemoth. Now, the Behemoth was teased years ago. It was then postponed. Then it was postponed and vanished and dropped. And personally, I think that's such a pity. But let's listen a bit to Madmole.
Just an idea. Let us know if you think the Resurrector is a cool idea or not. And then, here's another one. Kind of a behemoth zombie. And this guy is just kind of a giant mutated guy. He's got, tumors and radiated boils all over the place, and he's got bones that have grown and kind of broken out of his skin and protruding through the surface. But this guy's probably, I don't know, she's 5.5 feet tall, 10. This guy's about 14, 15 feet tall, and he would basically just be a force of mass destruction, and he could like two-fist your fort, smash it, and probably knock a large hole, not just a 1 meter hole, but a big. The idea is you would bust a very large. You could take a whole corner out of your building and break probably a 6 meter area with one shot. Depending on the material, of course. But he would be tough, and he would be something pretty late game you got to worry about. And I think it would be pretty cool, though. I don't know. Let us know if you guys like any of these concepts. We haven't gone into production yet. I was just doodling, and we're coming up with ideas, and just thought I'd share it with you guys. See what you think.
I would love for them to bring back the Behemoth. While normal sized zombies are cool, let's face it, if you've played Darkness Falls, maybe War of the Walkers or other mod packs, you have encountered the huge behemoths and other large sized enemies, and it's fun. It can be scary as hell. They're tanky, they hit hard, and they lay waste to the base, but they're an awesome addition considering we can't have hundreds of zombies to challenge us. So if we can't have the quantity, we need quality, and making small zombies bullet sponges ain't fun. But going up against the boss zombie with abilities, that would be perfect. If you agree, let me know in the comments. Secondly, let's talk about traps and make a case for more traps. The game has been touted over and over again as essentially being a zombie tower defense game, but we have the blade trap, we have the dot trap, we have a couple of turrets, electric fence, and well, that's it. We don't really have any more traps. Well, spikes, but those don't really count. We need more. Some new traps were actually in discussion before, such as the Flamethrower and the Crusher piston trap. But let's listen to what Joel said about it.
Yeah, so here's just a quick concept I drew of a Flamethrower trap concept, made from short metal pipes, tin cans. There'll be an electrical panel here where the wires would connect. Maybe an old propane tank or gas tank would be here. Some old tread plate metal, an old car rim, and whatnot. We'll sort out what the recipe is later, but the idea is you put power to this guy, and it's going to shoot flames out as long as it's got fuel in the receptacle. And there could be several ways to trigger it. It could be we could have a motion detector, maybe a step plate, so zombies would step on a block right here and it would just kick on, and you would have to wire that up, correctly in order for it to work that way. Because if you just plug it in, it's just going to start spraying flames as long as there's fuel in it. And we're also going to allow all of these traps to house a battery. So a battery could go inside here somewhere. When you press and hold E, there'll be a contextual menu, kind of like the mini bike, and you can open it up and look inside, and you could put a battery in it, and then this thing would work without having a generator to power it. You could have one out in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have any power, and which is really cool. So those of you who watched last week, you saw my flamethrower trap concept, which was just a crude drawing, but our artists are good enough. I can throw them something like this and they'll make it into something cool like this. So here it is, flamethrower trap. It's not functional yet. I just threw it into the game so you guys could see it, but made from an old car rim, some pipes, some old cans, whatnot, some tubing, and there's your tank for fuel, and this will be wired up, and you'll probably come up to it and hit E to use, and you'll be able to put fuel in it and service it and hook wires to it and all that kind of stuff. So should be pretty cool. Here we just have some real crappy sketches I did. We're just kind of talking about crushers. So you could either have like a hydraulic piston kind of thing that comes out and smashes anything, and it's if as long as you've got a 2 or 3 meter block area, it would crush anything that gets caught in its path. And then here we have a 1 meter going out to 2 meters, kind of a gears with some mechanical arms, and it comes out, maybe it would have spikes on it. I thought I'd do some spikes on it. Maybe I did in my latest PSD file. I don't know.
I think another 5 or 6 trap types would be the least we should be able to expect. And at the same time, we keep getting told there are no upgrades to the electricity system. I think that's a big miss. They really should be working on it. Looking at other games, like maybe Night of the Dead, which probably has 20 or 30 trap types. We are so far behind in 7 Days to Die. It would make base building so much more fun, which I'm sure you'll agree with. Third and last is for companions that can come with us and make the game less lonely. Well, Alpha 20 we are getting a drone, but I do wish they would bring back the idea of the wolf companion, which seems a lot more thematic and frankly a lot more fun. Here's what the Fun Pimps said about it before.
And last but not least, we have wolf armor and saddlebags. So the idea here is to be able to craft this and tame a wolf, and then he'll be your little buddy that follows you around, and you can use him as a pack rat. You can activate him and store things in his bag, and he can follow you around and protect you. He could alert you when zombies are coming. Maybe the player wouldn't notice, but he would smell or hear them and sooner than you would. So he should work as a nice little alarm system. Of course, that could work twofold. If he starts barking at a single crawler, he might alert a bigger amount of zombies, and maybe that's not what you wanted, but I think it's cool either way. Both ways it plays out nicely. So
isn't that cool? Having him with us, whether we fight or just to follow us along as we adventure, I think that would be awesome. For the solo adventure, really, really good. Sure, you might want to lock him up for the Horde Night so he doesn't get killed, but for being out exploring PIs and so on, perfect. Maybe they can bring the wolf back now they have the drone using a similar AI, and maybe just have him run on the ground as opposed to flying up high. But what do you think? Do any of these sound like a great addition to Alpha 21 and beyond in 7 Days to Die? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button as well, and check out the Alpha 20 playlist in the description for more information of the Alpha 20 release. I've covered a lot of things. I probably have 30 videos covering it, so hopefully you enjoyed this as well. Take care, Survivor.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.